Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and you know, I really wanted to play more Frostpunk, so we're going to do that now. There's this scenario here that I haven't finished, the refugees. The safety of the generator was reserved for the wealthy. We seized it so we could build a city where people are equal, but can we accept everyone who comes to seek shelter? So if you look at this screenshot, it kind of gives you an idea of what this scenario is going to be about. Basically, whole lots of people are going to come to the city very quickly, and our population is going to explode rapidly. And the real strategy here, the challenge, is to try and make a city that can withstand all that pressure. Now, the developers added this new thing here called Survivor Mode. It gets rid of the active pause, cranks the difficulty as high as it can possibly go, and your progress only is saved when you exit the game. We're not going to do that because I haven't even completed this scenario successfully. Anyway, so we're going to keep it on hard. Oh wow, yeah, there's extreme difficulty. That's higher than hard. Resources take longer. Cold spells last longer. People are see, that's crazy. We're just going to do medium. That is insane. Alright, so the refugees. We were condemned to die with the rest of the common folk when London was destroyed, but we rose up. We commandeered the ships that were meant to carry the wealthy to safety and sailed north. Here we found a generator and claimed it for ourselves. Now we must gather all our people in this new city before the lords arrive to rob us of our freedom again. We will never submit. I always love these little intro cinematics where it swings into the generator. This is a really interesting starting setup compared to New Home. I just want to pause this and just sort of take a look at it. Where New Home was a giant crater that was basically perfectly round and there was a ton of empty space until you got to the resource patches, this one is significantly smaller. And it's going to pose a significant challenge because of the amount of people that we're going to end up with in this scenario. So there's basically less room for housing, so we need to make sure that we pack it as tightly as we possibly can. And it also looks like the vast majority of the crater could be covered by the generator itself without the need for steam hubs as much, although I'm still going to use them. Although if you look, one steam hub with a range increase could probably cover this entire section, one could probably cover that section, one could cover this. You could probably cover this entire buildable area with about 4 steam hubs. The resources are also spread out a bit further. The wood, the trees kind of go into these crevices, so we're gonna have to be demolishing and rebuilding sawmills quite a bit. There's 2 sections that have these trees, one over there and one over here. There's not very many trees right here. Let's see if we go into our construction mode, if there's anything that it'll let us build. No resources at all. So you start with 500 coal, but you start with no wood and no steel and 50 food. We do have an iron deposit over here, and I believe right here is where we build the wall drill. I think there's only 1 wall drill and 1 iron deposit in this particular map. And then there is a coal deposit right there, as well as right there. So we got to get rid of the trees here before we build the coal deposit, or we'll waste them. And of course the iron deposit's right there. So we're only going to be able to have 1 steel mill, 1 wall drill, and then 2 coal mines, which is a bit different. 1 steel mill is going to be an issue. Alright, so we will go ahead and just turn the generator on right from the get-go because we have the coal for it. And then we're going to get people to start gathering. Of course, the most important resource that we need right off the bat is wood, and we're going to gather it from over here because there's already a road over there, so we're going to max out the workers on that, and we're going to we need to gather coal as well, so we will send people over to here. Now, the developers have changed the way that this sort of displays. So this is showing actually what I'm getting out of this coal pile. Before it would show you how much you would get per worker, which wasn't as useful. Now this is showing you exactly what you're going to get, which is a nominal 6 coal an hour. Over here it's showing us a nominal 6 wood per hour with 15 people, which is interesting. Or this is the amount that we can get with maximum efficiency. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, so we're gathering coal, we're gathering wood. We also do need to gather a small amount of steel, so we'll use a couple of people. Okay, so it is showing me exactly how much I'm going to get. So with 4 engineers, we can get 1 steel per hour, which is not very much, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And 6 coal per hour is probably not enough to run the generator. If we check our economy, we will see that coal consumption is 144 per day. We're currently getting 6, which is a problem. They're only working 10 hours, so we really need to crank that up. We do have a supply of coal that'll last us a couple of days. So we can stay a little bit low on that in order to juice out as much wood as possible, because wood is really what we're going to need the most of right now. And we can build a gathering post, which I absolutely want to do. I want to build it adjacent to all 4 of these resource piles right here. Although, if I put it next to these resource piles, we could start gathering the coal, and that would probably be good. Let's see here. Do I want to gather the wood faster, or do I want to gather the coal faster? You know what? I'm going to want to gather the wood faster, so we're going to go ahead and place this right there. Once we hit free time, these people will start building it, and I can honestly wait until free time to do it. I want another gathering post, but the first thing I want before that is a workshop. We're just going to place it there. It really doesn't matter. We're out of steel, and now it's free time.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Okay, no roofs over our heads. I will provide some shelter. Yes, that will happen. We will speed up time while they build these. We don't have enough wood for an actual research yet. But I wanted to get that workshop built. So with these things built, we can go ahead and set the workforce on them. So we will clear and there's steam cores here. This is the interesting thing about this map, is that there are steam cores just sitting on the ground. So there are 2 steam cores here, 2 steam cores there. And it takes a really long time to get these steam cores out. I made the mistake when I tried to play this map, this mission, of putting people in those way too early, I think. So what I'm doing now is I'm changing my strategy as far as that goes. And I am not going to do that yet. Oh, here we go. A batch of people have arrived. So here's our first batch of folks. I gotta build some houses. I gotta remember to provide shelter. I have 1 day and 6 hours. So we've just gained more people. We have now 15 additional unemployed workers, which is great. We're gonna start building some tents. In fact, those 15 people can go straight to work at the Hunter's Hut. There we go. So we've got more people in the Hunter's Hut. We've got 5 people unemployed. They'll start building these houses. The lack of housing riot. Ooh, that's not going to work. You have 1 day to provide shelter for 38 people. You know what? I can actually do that. Once they build those... Ooh. More people. 10 engineers. Sick. We will max this out. I don't have anything else that I really need engineers for, but it's nice to have them for later. We're going to assign purpose. Now, I don't know if you can actually do... I don't know if you can do both of these, or if you get locked into one, but I absolutely know that I want to go to Faith route this time.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
I only have 7 hours left to provide more housing. I'll be able to make it. Some people are going to be chilly at home, but it's not a problem. I'll be able to make it as long as they build it in time. I'll have the resources. It's just a matter of whether they'll actually get it built before that timer runs out. All of our food has been cooked, so I'll take that guy off of that. So sick absence. Hurry up and build the damn houses. Shelter promise fulfilled. Did I even need that one? Possibly not. Having it will be a good thing. Beacon's been researched. In order to build it, I need 35 steel. And now we have the 35 steel that we need. And the sawmill's been researched. So, we need to research the steelworks. And at the same time, build the beacon. And of course, the beacon can go anywhere because it doesn't need to be in range of anything. Oh, there we go. So over here we have an outpost slot. There's our wall drill slot. Another outpost slot. So outposts are going to be very useful. Coal slot. Coal slot. Oh, we do have 2 steelworks, so we can put 2 steelworks on this one ore deposit. Great. So the only difference in resources between this and New Home is that we only have 1 wall drill slot, which is really not nice. I wish there would be one way over here that you could drill to. I mean, sawmill your way over to, but you can't. So we've only got one space for 1 wall drill, which is a problem, which means that wood is more lacking. We're going to need to get some coal mines up because we can't use all of our real estate for thumpers because we've got to fit a lot of housing around here. Alright, so we spent all of our steel. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I need to build 2 houses of prayer, and I have 2 days to do it. Houses of prayer require 30 wood and 10 steel. That's fine. Resources. Sawmill. So the easiest sawmill to build is this one. If we build it right there, we'll be able to cut down all of those trees. So we'll put it there. And then build the road.
Gather your tools.
That doesn't help that we still have homelessness. Cold homes. So to start heating one of the cold homes within 2 days. Yeah, we're going to heat some homes. Livable conditions. I don't want to use overdrive to do that because if the... Oh, the beacon's built. If the overdrive has to be turned off, then I'll fail that mission. I don't want to do that. So we got to go to the trail bend to rescue the children. There's also the abandoned camp to go to. Those are the only 2 we can do right now. And we got 2 groups of people coming in. This one's got 15 workers. They both got 15 workers. They're going to reach the city in 1 and 2 days, unless we send out a scouting party to bring them in quicker. I don't have the wood or the workers needed to actually create a scouting party. Laws. Purpose. Do I want purpose or adaptation? I actually quite like adaptation. We're going to sign... We're going to sign child shelters.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
I need 5 steel to do it. As I've said previously, when it comes to children, there's a narrative reason in this scenario to do it. Plus, I've always preferred it. So, steel wreckage has been depleted. Which is a problem. Because now we don't have any steel income. At all. In order to get steel income, we'll have to start gathering from this steel wreckage. And that's going to make people sick. Because it's too cold. Ah! Never mind. But only never mind if I can actually build it. Good, I can afford it. I will immediately take these people off of that. And we will build the road. The requisite road. You guys need to build that. Let's check our coal income. Coal income is way up. In fact, we could probably turn this gathering post off for now by taking out these people. So now our coal loss is 144 per day. However, that will allow me to at least partially staff this right off the bat. More sick beds are needed. I will have 3 days to build a new medical post. I have 1 day, 16 hours to build the 2 houses of prayer. I have 1 day to secure livable conditions. Primary reason I wanted to go faith was to get houses of healing. Okay, I have to get shrines in order to do that. So in 17 hours we can get shrines, and then I can get houses of healing. And then I don't have to get in. Then I can have an infirmary without having an infirmary, and you don't got to staff it. Well, you can staff it with workers. Never mind, you do have to staff it. I remember how this works. Steam Hub. Research. It's going to take 7 hours. Darn it, I don't have time. Yeah, we're going to fail livable houses. There's no way not to at this point. That's a problem. So we're going to lose hope, gain discontent most likely. 5 hours to build a house of prayer. I just need enough wood. Build it over here. But will they get it built in time?
Get to work. Move, people.
Yay, they got it built in time. Okay. Adaptation. Shrines.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
I need more wood. Sawmill there. Street. Build it. Okay. People have gathered to protest. I already opened one. 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment. The sick will be treated. Come on. I also have to build shrines. Oh, and I still need to... Well, this medical post is open now. Healthcare promise fulfilled. I need to provide treatment for 6 ill people. Now, it would help if we stopped getting more ill people. The way to do that is to build more houses. So that they're not all homeless. Oh, people are grave. Damn. They can be treated in the House of Healing, though. The gravely injured can be treated there, just like an infirmary. Okay, coal mine research complete. Build it. This is... yeah, that's the... Build the... Oh, the sawmill is overlapping slightly. So we'll build it over here. Go like... yeah, let's go like that. Whatever. Dang it, someone died. May depart in peace. Let's get some more hope. Now, because somebody died, they're going to want me to do something about the dead person. So, unfortunately, my next thing, even though I didn't want it to be, is going to have to be about with death. So I'm going to have to sign a law. I'm going to sign the cemetery. It's only at 5 sick absences. 0 in palliative care. Good. Good. We are treating people. It's just not happening as quickly as I wanted it to. Scouts reached the trail bend. Found the children. Site discovered abandoned sawmill. Oh, it's not just kids, it's also engineers. Abandoned sawmill is good. It's probably an outpost location, but I could also dismantle it for steam cores, probably. I don't know. If it wasn't for these sick absences, things would be better. I just need another one. I need the workers to run it. Where are we on food? We're still not in the positive. We're just very slightly in the negative. on coal. But our coal gain is in the positive. It's just that people weren't working. It was free time. Okay, they returned safely. We have to go to the White Pass. Before we do that, let's go to the abandoned sawmill. If I can get an infusion of wood, it would help. Well, I think I'm pretty good on wood at the moment. Healthcare promise fulfilled, yay! Run this. Yeah. Did it. Oh, I didn't notice this was finished. Good. Staff that workshop. Ball drill researched. Awesome, we'll build one of those. In the meantime, we will... I need this efficiency upgrade. We need to start building bunkhouses. Yeah, let's research... Oh, wow. For those 2 days, it's going to be really, really cold. Those buildings are... Okay, we need to research heaters. Because these buildings out here, like the steelworks and stuff, are going to be way too cold. So now, coal production is very healthy indeed. Excellent. In 2 hours, we'll have more people. An hour and a half, actually. And I'll spend more wood to build more houses. So that they will not complain. So they won't be homeless. We're almost out of coal. Start running the darn coal mines, dude. Good lord.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
Taking so long to research the heaters. These buildings are now very cold. They're dangerous. Dang it. That's a problem. Okay, so there's wood. Okay, it's not a location where we can get resources. I mean, we got resources, but it's not like a an outpost location. I'm not surprised. I didn't really expect it to be an outhouse, an outpost location.
Work time. Get moving.
We're gonna put the generator in overdrive. It's only gonna last for 1 day anyway, so we just need to survive through it. An avalanche and the black spire separated from their friends by the avalanche. So we've got 10 more workers, which is great. Ooh, wow. But that's pretty high. That's because I haven't done any of the discontent lowering buildings like yet. Why is it climbing? When people ignored? Oh, it's cold at home. We need the fighting area.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Not everyone will be in range of a fighting arena. But a large enough proportion should be. I don't think the generator criticality will be an issue. I think that will warm up before it goes critical. As soon as it thaws a little bit, we will turn off overdrive. There it goes. Excellent. We have 11 homeless people. We can fix that. Or maybe we can't. Because there's no more space around this steam hub. So we have to build a new steam hub. Or we have to increase the generator range so we can build it in this area. or we have to increase the range of the steamer. Either way, we have to, well, we don't have to if we upgrade the generator range. We will need drafting machines to do the other one. To do that, we need more coal. Okay, so now that we don't need these heaters on anymore, we'll turn them off. We don't need that. They can stay like that. Max this out. Dang it, we need food. Alright. Well, I feel like this is a pretty good start. Obviously, it's not ideal. I've made a few mistakes along the way. I think that replacement of some things probably hasn't been the best. But I'm at least decently satisfied. We'll see if I can actually, make it to the end in this playthrough. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it. I'm SentinalhMC, and I'm signing out.